but a lot of workplaces are just terrible. So when you get into the idea of purpose and work, which is in the second part of your book, you talk about the connection between purpose and one's work. So I love how you wrote, if you can't align your personal sense of purpose to the work you're doing, you'll end up spending your 90,000 hours without strength of purpose as your foundation. So that is a very 90,000 is a very sobering thought. Tell me more what you mean when you write, bring your purpose to your work without taking your purpose from your work.
Yes. So the two are very distinct. So when there is an organization that we're going to join, we have an opportunity that we can take our personal sense of purpose, knowing why we exist, and we can bring that into this great organization to help make it better. A lot of times, what can happen though is either we don't know what our purpose is, um, or we join this organization and we actually start to extract our purpose from the company. And here's what that oftentimes looks like. Whether it is expecting the company to have a clear purpose, even though I don't know mine. There's a lot with younger generations coming up, which I think is a scary thing. That if you expect the company to do something that you haven't done, there is a gap there. If we know our purpose, then I think it's great to say, I want to work with a company who has a clear purpose. But it's a lot to expect the company to have that, yet we haven't done the hard work ourselves. So that's one way it can look. Another way it can look is that we start taking our purpose from this company to the point that we start identifying ourselves that why we exist is this job. It's because I've been an engineer for the past 40 years at this place, or I was a pilot here, I was a secretary here. This is who I am. And when that day comes, and whether you're asked to, or you choose to, or your family encourages you to, and you retire, and you suddenly go, well, who am I? I think that moment can feel really scary. I haven't gotten to that season. I've definitely, moved from different organizations and felt like small versions of that. But to go throughout a major career and then come to retirement, if we've taken our purpose from our work, when that day ends and we're not going to show up at 8 a.m. at that company anymore, we can find ourselves in a really dangerous place coming back to these big questions of like, why am I even here? So power comes when we can bring our purpose to our work, when we can actually help make the organization better because we're living out our purpose. And we get paid for it, which is great. We get to live out why we exist for the good of this company and ourselves, and we get paid for it. But the dangerous place is when we start taking our purpose from our work and we can get ourselves confused and sometimes start to find our identity in that business instead of our true identity that is connected to why we exist.